The second method we wish to look at in solving quadratic equations is a method which will tell you whether you have solutions for every quadratic equation, so it is a fail-safe method. The one thing about it is that there's some technical and somewhat time-consuming computations connected with it, and that's why people often try not to use it if they can do solving by factoring easier. Anyways, the first thing you need to do in solving your quadratic equation, just as you did when you did solving by factoring, is to put the quadratic equation in standard form so all non-zero terms are to the left side of the equal sign and just 0 is on the right side. In the general equation that you see on the page on the screen, you have your quadratic equation as of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Here, when you were doing an actual problem, a, b, and c are standing in for real numbers, and it would be any real number could be substituted in for the a, b, and c in the formula, and those numbers are called the coefficients of the equation. Once you have the problem set up so it's in standard form and you've identified what A, B, and C are, you can directly calculate the solutions to this equation by substituting A, B, and C in the formula given, which is called the quadratic formula. Your solutions are x equals negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, and negative b minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So we'd like to do an example to show how to apply this. Our problem is x squared minus 18x plus 60 equals 0. So the first thing we do is we identify what A is and what B is and what C is. We have A is 1, B is negative 18, and C is 60. The first thing you should do in the calculation is you should calculate b squared minus 4ac. As is noted on the screen, if you calculate this value and your answer is negative, you'll have a negative number underneath the square root sign, and that will not give you a real number answer. So you could just stop there and say there's no solutions. So we've shown that we'll calculate b squared minus 4ac for this problem, and it'll be a negative 18 squared minus 4 times 1 times 60. That gives you 324 minus 240 is 84. So that's a positive number. So we can continue on and try to complete the problem. Take the square root of 84. Because we are doing a successive computation, don't round that yet. Write down all the digits that come out from your calculator. Then the two solutions will be negative b plus 9.16515,139 divided by 2a, and negative b minus 9.16515,1329 divided by 2a. We now substitute the proper values into the problem for b and for a, and we do the computation, and we get our answer, and we finally round at the last moment, and we get 13.58 and 4.42. The next lecture will be a bit about rounding, so please listen and read that one.